What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Peppa here, coming at you with some awesome news. My dogs just won the championship for college football in the United States. Go dogs, sick 'em. Anyway, I'm pumped, but I'm even more pumped. Well, maybe it's not more pumped, but slightly. Yeah, it's even. About this video coming right here, because I'm about to break down some XP levels. XP is huge, especially when you're considering how you're going to level up your commanders. You got to have commanders that are level 50 as fast as possible, and you want as many as possible. Well, maybe not as many as possible, but you know what? You want all the right commanders up to 50 as quickly as possible. And so this is a breakdown of a spreadsheet that I did for you guys. This will be the first of a few different XP videos that I've got going on. So just stay tuned, enjoy. It's going to be lit. All right, here we are with the awesome spreadsheet that I've got ready for you guys. So quick little tidbit of information. I apologize. I've been struggling trying to get my face recorded while I'm doing this stuff. You know, I used to think I was good at technology-related things, and apparently I am not. I guess I'm getting old. Anyway, so right now, just going to be my voice. Hope you're okay with that. That's cool. You don't want to see my funny-looking face anyway. All right, so right here we're looking at the best methods per 20 stamina of XP that you're going to get for using the 20 stamina. So you'll notice that, and we'll talk about this in a second, that some things kind of, you can hit twice in that 20 stamina, such as mock battles and sweeping for season 1, of course. And so this is just breaking down essentially what the best use of that 20 stamina would be. Now, you know, if you take into consideration time, you know, that could make a big difference for you. You know, it's going to be one hit shot if you can solo a 300 power tile, for instance. So if you can do that, you know, that's the best form of XP. You'll see it's 226,000 XP, but that's going to be very difficult. Something that, you know, you need a Witch King to do, essentially. There's probably other commanders who can do it. I haven't successfully tried it with anyone besides the Witch King before level 50, of course. Lurtz has gotten close, but I still haven't been able to beat a 300 with Lurtz either, just because he loses so many troops. Now, unless you're using Mumakil, but, you know, that's not what you're going to typically use to take a PvE tile, because you want to save such long conscripted units for battle. Anyway, so after you do the 300 tile, you've got, as you can see, you go down the list. T4 Beast Camp, like the Eagles or Ints, is the next best thing. And that's why a lot of people say, you know, you should be farming the Ints. That's the best way to get XP. Well, technically, it's the second best way. However, you lose the least amount of troops if you have the right build, because the Ints are easy to beat, especially if you have Alchemist, because the burn damage just wrecks them. You're not going to lose hardly anything at all, even at a lower level, taking on a T4 Beast Camp with the Ints. So then, you know, because you're going to lose more with the Mumakil or even the Fell Beast, that type of thing. You lose a little bit more that way. So next you've got the 260 power tile. That's the next best one. If you can solo both armies, it's a pretty decent XP. It's actually almost identical to the T4 Beast Camp. And, you know, you're not going to lose as many troops as a 300. However, those are still difficult until you get to a higher level. Not something you want to be trying to solo unless you have a lot of barracks, at least in the early part of the game where you're still a lower level. And when I say lower level, I'm talking about lower than 45, essentially. And then after that, if you do the double sweep on level 40 mobs, that's actually the next best way, the fourth best. And then comes mock training. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that mock training is the best way to get experience, or taking on ant camps, the best way to get experience. Well, now you know. The best thing to do is you do want to have a 300 tile for mock battle, and if you use the bonus item, it's very good XP. However, if you don't use the bonus item, it's all the way down to the, let's see. Oh, I don't even have it in there. Ah! Whoops. My bad, guy. Okay, so now that you read through the rest, I'm not going to go through everything because that's just boring, just seeing me read what you could read. So feel free to screenshot this on the next screen. No big deal. Let's move over. All right, so as you can see, this is for the XP grind of Season 1. Why am I specifying Season 1 versus Season 2? Because there's changes in the ring powers. So sweeping may not be there in a non-RP server. I'm not sure if it's there on the RP server for Season 2, because I haven't actually joined an RP server. I will soon on my main server. Yes, my main server came in a little bit late to the game. That's okay, not a big deal. better late than never, right? All right, so as you can see, I broke down as much as I could, information that I could gather from 300 power tiles all the way down to 1 power tiles, kind of showing you the XP per army and then what it's like to get solo both armies there. And take into consideration, this does have the 5% experience from the ring, and then on the mock battles below, it's got the 10% experience, and the sweep battles, it has the 20% experience. So the mock battles, as you can see, that's not that much per power tile, essentially. But if you add the ring bonus, which a small note to add to that is that the ring bonus changes per power tile, so it's not stagnant like the mock battle XP item, which is 15,000 no matter what power tile you're on. The ring bonus, however, changes versus what power. So you'll get the most bonus if you do the 300 power tile. So do that. I recommend getting one as fast as possible. The benefit, of course, to mock battles over some of the other forms of XP is you don't lose troops that way. You're using ability points, which don't regenerate as quickly as you might be able to use them, especially if you have the less stamina added onto your ring powers, but oh well. Anyway, moving on, we're going to go over to the sweeping. As you can see, the level 40s, they're 75,000 per mob, but if you hit them twice, it's 150,000, and that is with the ring XP bonus. I'm not sure what it is without the XP bonus, but if you're sweeping for experience, you should be traded into that. However, it is not as beneficial going down the line from 35 to 30. Well, I guess level 35s are fine, but from 30 and below, it's not as great as, you know, taking on a 200 power tile. So as soon as you can do that, you know, it's essentially a stepping stone. As soon as you can do one, move on to the next best thing, as long as you're able to. Now, there is another side note that I have. The sweeping brings tips. So it occasionally brings tips. However, in all the sweeps I've done, I have not been able to figure out the formula. I've heard it said, you know, it's different things, but I've only seen one tip on my Mordor server, and I've done 100, 150 sweeps, and I've only seen one, and that was 120,000 experience on a level 40 mob. I have seen I think it was 40,000 experience on level 25 mobs on my good side server, but I have not seen any of those on Mordor server. So I can't explain to you the drop rate. It's pretty low, so I've seen, but if you can get those, that's a nice little extra little bonus to send your commander on when they've run out of XP, or you want to use those little instant completions. Okay, so the tier 3 power tiles for the beast camps are still decent experience, obviously nowhere near as good as the T4. So just do what you can. Definitely lose a lot less troops on the tier 3 because they're just not as strong. So not bad. Plus it gives you decent power, especially if you're farming it for higher power at the beginning of the game. This helps me, especially in game, because a lot of this is more in-game related, to figure out exactly what the best method is, because I want to be as efficient as possible to get my important commanders to level 50 as quickly as possible. So this has helped me. I hope it helps you. It's also going to help at the beginning of the next season when I'm trying to figure out what tiles I need to take with my top commander to be able to get up as high a level as quickly, because you kind of want that first 1 or 2 commanders to maximize their experience, especially in the first 24 hours of a new season. So this helps me to make sure that I'm getting the right amount of experience to get the level up that I need, you know, to complete objectives, or to at least just to be able to take on higher power things. So hope you enjoyed. This has been Peppa. Peace.